Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Will Febbo, CEO of OptimizeRX, to discuss technology that increases transparency in healthcare to keep drug prices down. Will, it's great to meet with you. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Jill, thanks for having us.
All right, you got it. And let's talk about OptimizeRX. Where do you fit in the healthcare ecosystem?
Thanks. Yeah, OptimizeRX is a digital health platform that acts as a bridge between the life science industry and doctors and patients. And we particularly focus on affordability, which we'll get to price, and adherence. So affordability is if you're insured and you are prescribed a branded drug and you have a large copay, how do you deal with that if you can't afford it? And on adherence, we use technology to make sure the patient understands why the medication is important and then stays on it, and we connect right to their mobile. We've been around for about 7 years. We have access to about half the physicians in the country and tens of millions of patients. And we fit in the ecosphere because of my clients, the life science companies, the pharmaceutical and biotech and device, have just found it harder and harder to reach physicians and patients, even pre-pandemic. The physicians are busy. There's been a regulation out there that forces all this to be done now on a computer. And so they were already busy before that. Now they're even busier. Our technology integrates into that software that they use. And we're able to, in a very undisruptive way, deliver critical information around affordability of programs, key clinical information, and then enabling adherence programs, all driven by the physician. So we really focus on helping bring down that cost, not necessarily affecting the price, but certainly the cost for the patient. And the physician enables that right at what we call point of care when they're together in the conference room.
So Will, how would this be different from GoodRx as an example?
So GoodRx is a great company. It's a direct-to-consumer business that has built a tremendous brand. It's focused on enabling discounts outside of insurance on mostly generics, but some branded products. And it's just a way when you're at that pharmacy, if you have a prescription, you can get an immediate discount. In our model, we are really looking at the entire patient journey. We're more of a business-to-business model. So we help life sciences reach and get access to physicians to make sure they're aware of all the clinical benefits, therapeutic knowledge around a given brand. And then we, as they're prescribing that, after they've selected the brand, we can enable a financial assistance program, which is generally for insured. I think big difference there is uninsured, insured, generic, branded, and B2C versus B2B. Both trying to do the same thing. You know, there's consumerism is growing, as you know, and what we're learning is we have choices now. There are, before you'd go to the doctor, you didn't ask them how much things cost. You just had your insurance, or you didn't, and you did what you had to do, or you just didn't pick up the medication. Well, today, because of companies like ours and GoodRx, there's a lot more awareness that you can ask. They want more transparency. How much does it cost? That then translates into the doctor wanting to know that. And there's all sorts of great technology coming to the market that gives more transparency to the doctor, which then they can pass on to the patient. And with obviously this has been something that's been in the making for about 10 years, but the pandemic has accelerated adoption across the board. So for the doctor, they need to maintain their practice. So they immediately went to tablets and telehealth and e-prescribing and, just thank goodness we had this infrastructure in place. For the consumer, all of us, we manage everything on our mobile phone now or a tablet. And for life sciences, who think of launching $1 billion product where you can't talk to your clients, right? Very challenging. And then pandemic comes along, it's even more challenging. So we basically enable life sciences to communicate with physicians and patients to bring awareness, affordability, and ultimately adherence.
So Will, in the last minute here, it really sounds like digital health is reshaping the prescription drug market, not even just the prescription drug market, but healthcare overall.
It's so exciting. There's it being able to enable hundreds of millions of savings right through your phone, getting a text that describes side effects so that you don't feel alone when you're taking your medication. And then when you go to get a refill, reminding you, hey, don't pay full copay. There's affordability here. We can help you. Yeah, I think the digital transformation that's accelerated through the pandemic has just brought more and more awareness, and this consumerism hit at the same time, and we're all enabled. So it's very exciting. The next couple of years are going to be really, really telling. And I think they will ultimately bring down cost, price, transparency, which will be good for delivering care and for patients.
Yes, it will. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks, Jill.